So bringing your legs quite flat to make a lap. Shins running parallel to the front of your mat. Do have a pillow for your ear if you like one. I just tend not to because it gets in the way of my talking. So lying on your side, stack your hips, your knees and your feet. And your clue is whether you've got this little tunnel under your waist. So when you do your breath in, as you breathe out and engage the center, you should get a little tunnel under your waist that you could put your fingers under. Then keep the hips stacked by pushing them away from you with your own fingertips. Have a breath, and as you breathe out, lift your leg as high as you like, as long as you don't roll backwards. So this underneath leg stays firmly on the ground. Then slowly back down. Blowing out to lift, trying to find your full height, stretch your inner thigh, in to lower. Outs take longer than ins, and then release. Just touch ever so lightly, then straight back up. So it's not really a rest in between each one, it's just a touch and then back up again. And back down. Keep firmly on your side, blowing out. And back down. 3 more. One more. And then the lightest of pauses only. So just pause, check your hips are stacked, tummy in. Lift to medium height. And from medium height, up, back to medium. Up, back to medium. Keep them going. 3 more. Just to medium height, back up, and then lower down. Release the top leg for a moment by stretching it forward, lengthening the one underneath. Still with this lovely long body, putting the effort into the underneath leg to lift it up and down. Same breathing, out to lift, in to lower. Keep the shoulders relaxed, abdominals in. Now the top leg's had a rest, get it back in action again. Knees back into your lap position. Engage the abdominals, little bit of pelvic floor. Float the top leg up, then hold the thighs steady as you lengthen the leg. Flatten your foot, point your toes, bend and lower. Now next lift, go a little bit higher with the thigh, so you've got more of an angle. Straighten it, flatten, point, bend, lower. Then go for a lower lift, quite skimmy. Forward, flatten, point, bend, lower. Now go medium height. Hold tummy in, stretch, flatten, point, bend, lower. Go high, tummy in, lift, stretch, flatten, point, bend, lower. And then a skimmy one, abs in, lift, stretch, flatten, point, bend and lower. We want 2 more, any height you like, just keeping the thigh still when you extend the knee. Lovely, and 1 more. Aching's good, it's quite a pull into the buttock with this one. And then lower, drop it forward, let it stretch out, lengthen the underneath one, and this time draw yourself some circles with your underneath leg. And then back the other way. Super. Allow that bottom leg to lie long, stretch the top one out, and still one of my favourite side exercises is when we do the balancing task with both feet floating. It's just calm and pleasant to do. So lose yourself into these, fingertip support to get started, breath in, as you breathe out, abdominals engaged, lift through the pelvic floor and float both feet clear. Just an inch or so, not much. Then peel the top hand onto your side and get your balance. And from there, the goal is to take both hands to touch overhead. Imagine you're flying sideways like a dart. Then bring your hand down, lower your feet, back in front. Have a breath. Breathe out to engage and lift the feet. Clear the hand. Big stretch overhead and take as many breaths as you like. It's quite nice to close your eyes. Focus on being still and notice your strength that you've developed. Then when you're ready, bring your fingers down, lower your feet, hand back in front. Have a breath. Breathe out and lift. Float your hand clear, big stretch overhead. Fly like a sideways dart. And be still. Lovely deep breaths. Then keeping the feet lifted, draw the arm down, lower the feet, hand in front. Let's do 3 more. Abdominals engaged, float your feet clear. Peel your hand, balance, stretch, and balance. Then draw your hand down, lower your feet. Abdominals engaged, think pelvic floor, float your feet clear. Peel your hand on your side, enjoy a stretch. And lower your hand, lower your feet. 1 more. Engage the center, float your feet clear, and fly through the air like a human dart. Release your arm, lower your feet, hand back in front. And change around so we can do our other leg. Making our boxy lap and knees. Stretch yourself out long at the top. Pillow if you'd like one. Stack your hips, knees and feet. Breath in. As you breathe out, think abdominals in, pelvic floor, little waist tunnel. Keep these hips pushed away. Blow out to lift and in to lower. As high as you like, as long as that bottom leg stays firmly on the floor and you can't roll. Nice and slow, don't be in a rush. 2 more. Just a touch in between, nothing too restful. And then a light pause. Come up to medium height, check you've got your abdominals in, and it's medium, lift, back to medium, lift, back to medium. Blowing out when you lift. And because the outs take quite long, you can't be in a rush. So it's not too pulsy. You want to feel the weight of that leg and keep lifting your own body weight. No matter how tiring it feels, keep lifting it. And lift it again. And then pause. Drop it forward straight now underneath. Switch the energy to that underneath leg, still abdominals in as you lift and lower. Blowing out, release. Good. Think inner thigh. 2 more. Now back to the boxy legs. Abdominals engaged. Lift the thigh medium height. Keep the thighs still, straighten the leg. Flatten the foot, point the toe, bend, touch down. Then go high, lift, stretch, flatten, point, bend, lower. But then a little lift, skim, stretch, flatten, point, bend, lower. Now go medium again. Check you've got the abdominals. Keep the thighs still so that the hamstrings are having to stretch down the back of the leg. Lovely. Go high. Abdominals in. And a skimmy one. Nice and low. Stretch, flatten, point, bend, lower. 2 more, any height you like. I can see the bottoms of all your feet. You can see the bottoms of my feet. And one more. Mine are cleaner than I'd hoped. And lower. Good. Drop that leg forward, lengthen the one out underneath. I keep catching my pillow. And some circles. Back the other way. Getting all these nice muscles of the legs working evenly. Then lower your legs down and stretch them out long. Now, a lot of Pilates is about taking your own body weight and about being still. So engage the abdominals, lift through your pelvic floor, take the weight of your own legs. So even though your own legs are heavy, you're still solid in your core. Peel your hand on your side, and staying still is the exercise. It's about control. You're not wobbling around like a tree in the wind. You're beautifully still. Hold that balance. Then lower your arm, lower your feet, hand back in front. Have a breath. If you breathe out to do the hardest part, which is the lifting the feet, and then take as many breaths as you like to go up and hold. You can close your eyes. You can go at your own speed. I'll just call it out for those that like to have a rhythm to follow, but you can do your own timing. Engage, lift your feet, peel your hand and stretch. Fingers one way, toes the other. Deep breaths to fill your lungs with air. Hand down and lower. Keep it flowing. Blowing out to lift, then let the breaths flow. Hand down, feet down, 2 more. Engage and float. Peel away, long body. Stretch from fingers to toes. And 1 more. And stretch. Big deep breaths. And then lower down. Bend.